Hey guys, it's Jen. This is another Jen is Zen episode of Reframing Me. In these short bits, I give you something to meditate on or journal about. Today, I'd like you to think about this. In any being or system, the quality of what you're putting in determines the quality of what you're getting out. It's a concept that's referred to as garbage in, garbage out. So when you think about any areas of your life or any relationships that just aren't giving you what you want out of them, the ones that are giving you garbage out, is it reflective of what you're putting in? So this garbage in, garbage out is also referred to by the fun little acronym GIGO. Its primary uses or origin are actually in computer science, basically in programming. Like if you put in poor quality information, it produces poor quality output. But researchers also use it with data. Garbage input produces garbage results. And nutritionists and fitness trainers, they use it with nutrition. Garbage in food makes your body perform like garbage out. It's even used in decision making. So if you have faulty or incomplete or incorrect information, then you're going to make a poor decision. So along those same lines, we can look at ourselves and think, am I putting garbage in and expecting something other than garbage to come out of it? So just like you might think, well, I can't imagine why I feel so sluggish today, as you're drinking your third iced coffee of the day without having any water or not getting sleep for like 4 hours after you stayed up much too late scrolling TikTok and Instagram. Right. Can't imagine why you feel sluggish. Or you might say, I don't know why I'm so sore from my workout. Well, did you warm up? No. Did you cool down? No. Did you stretch? No. Yeah. I don't know. That's weird. It's GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out. So just like your body works the same as that supercomputer, so does your mind. This is why we may feel bad about our bodies or our skin or our lives after we spend the day scrolling social media and seeing perfectly edited bodies and perfectly filtered skin and perfectly curated lives. So it's the same for our relationships. What you put into them is what you're going to get out of them. So do you snap at your partner and wonder why he snaps back at you? Are you grumpy and rude with your teens and wonder why they're grumpy and rude with you and with their siblings? Do you expect a certain type of behavior from the people in your life or a certain level of commitment from them without putting the same level in? Do you talk to your kids or to your partner in a certain way, like a garbage way, and wonder why your relationship is troubled or garbage out? To make sure that we are getting everything out of our lives and everything out of our relationships that we want and we need to look at what we are putting into ourselves. In so many aspects of our lives, we can pretty directly attribute our output to our input. The harder we study, the better we tend to do. The more work we put in, the more work we tend to get out. At its core, GIGO implies that flawed or nonsense input data produces flawed output. This simple yet powerful idea, it resonates so much with me because, of course, how I nourish my body, but also how I nourish my mind and my soul. The quality of what I feed into my consciousness, so the thoughts, the information, the emotional energy that I absorb from the people and the things around me, the quality of this content absolutely shapes my internal state. And then, as a result, it shapes my actions and my reactions. In our heads, we are the programmer. The thoughts that we allow to persist, the information that we consume, and the attitudes that we nurture, they're like the code that the programmer would use, but we do it on our internal processes. And when we feed our minds with negative thoughts, or we dwell on harmful information, or we harbor toxic emotions, the outcome is never positive. This is when we find ourselves prone to stress, unhappiness, or looking at ourselves or reality with a skewed perspective, right? It's garbage in and garbage out. But when we instead input positive affirmations, or we consume uplifting or educational information, when we cultivate gratitude, when we exhibit compassion, we can notice a totally different output from ourselves. Our moods improve, our resilience grows, our outlook on the world and on our life becomes much more balanced and hopeful. And this positive, more balanced outlook, it positively impacts all of our relationships. When we engage with other people from a place of negativity or misinformation, the output of our interactions, it is likely to be misunderstandings or conflicts or just overall strained and tense relationships. Just like if we are on the receiving end of negative input, like if we're surrounded by toxic people, it becomes really challenging to keep our output positive, like our behaviors and our emotions. And the relationships that we have, both with ourselves and then with others, it is a constant loop, right? Our internal state influences how we interact with other people. And then these interactions, well, then they affect our inner well-being. And then our inner well-being, it influences how we interact with others, and on and on and on. So if we can recognize this and understand how important the quality of our input is to our output, both in ourselves and in our interactions with others, we can break that vicious cycle and turn it into a positive loop. Now, this mindfulness, it's not about creating this impenetrable bubble of positivity. No toxic positivity here. But instead, it's about recognizing what constitutes garbage, whether it's our thoughts or our emotions or any of those external influences that are coming in. And we need to recognize it and consciously work towards healthier, more constructive inputs. Thank you so much for listening. I always am so grateful that you spend this time with me. If you enjoy the show, I would hope that you would share it with your friends. And I would love if you would consider just taking a quick second and going in and rating it, obviously 5 stars, or reviewing it, because those are ways that we're going to grow our community. I'd love you to follow me on socials, on Instagram and TikTok. It's at Reframing Me. And on Facebook, it's Reframing Me. And join the Facebook group, Reframing Me, the podcast community. Until next time, be well and communicate.